Welcome back to my perspective. It's your host Rick. We got JC back.
Hey.
Welcome back. Welcome back. So my question for today is, well, for the men, would you date an alpha woman? But you being an alpha woman, excuse me, I'm gonna ask you first. Are you an alpha woman?
What's an alpha woman? Give me the definition.
You want Google's definition or my version?
I want both so I can make
Okay, let
a
me let me
clear distinction of who
let
I
me let
am.
me let me give you Google's definition before I
Yeah,
even.
let's see what Google says.
So
I
Google
like that.
says
Is that a thing?
so. Alpha woman, an alpha female, excuse me, is a woman who is strong, successful, and often in a leadership role.
Uh-huh.
Term originated in the 1300s to describe the first group that's mad unnecessary. But
La,
yeah,
la, 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 la.
so yeah, I
Okay.
kind of I kind of got the same gist of what an alpha woman would be.
Okay, so what's
Um,
what's your so
I
we
mean,
could
more alpha woman would be more so somebody that is the aggressor, the breadwinner, um, the the head out of the body. You know what I mean?
I'm glad you said that. I gotta
The Red Ranger
I
till the Green Ranger came along, type of shit. You
so
know?
so for that, one of my girlfriends, she always says her guy is the head, right? But she's the neck.
That's a bar. That's a bar.
Because
Because without her, the head
without
can't be.
her,
You know what? You know what? Let me.
yeah,
You know what?
yeah, yeah. So like when I said the first time I heard it, I was like, yo, like
That was a bar. That was a
she
bar.
right. So it's never, you know what I'm saying? Like the head, you need the head to be able to see, hear, and listen, but the neck
Right.
pulls it all up and makes it, go every which way. So yeah, I just had that when you was like, the head, but I think being the neck is, more productive.
So let me get off topic though. So what
Okay.
if the neck get a hickey?
Shut up.
Just drop the mic. I ain't gonna do this shit.
You're
But
so silly. Back to the original topic.
so do you consider yourself a alpha woman, alpha female?
Um,
Excuse me.
so in life, like like professional life, definitely. As far as like work and stuff goes, but I'm pretty sure we're talking about relationships. That is not a role I want to play. Do I want to be assertive? Do I want to be?
Sounds like you're not saying yes or no. You tell me what you want to be. But I believe that you're trying to give me a response without giving me the response.
Do you? So okay.
Are you
So
an alpha woman?
in relationships, I wouldn't know like that. Somebody I was in a relationship with would have to answer that question. I don't feel like I was in my relationship.
So you don't feel like you would be in
I feel like
general?
I feel like I could be. I feel like I haven't been.
Okay, so you're more like you're willing to submit.
I don't have a problem with that.
Okay, so I don't think that's an alpha woman. Then. I think maybe in the beginning, or
But
like now as an adult, you feel like
but like in it, but see, so we talk about the definition. So let's see if we can find a definition that says in relationships. Because like in this, like in leadership roles, like am I leading my relationship as a woman? Like yeah, like so okay, so no, I don't want to be an alpha female in relationships.
okay,
I want you to say, hey Jocelyn, we're going here to
right.
eat on Friday at 7 o'clock.
I
Be
got
ready.
you. Yeah, okay.
Hey Jocelyn, the mortgage is paid. Thank you. Hey Jocelyn, here are all the
The
groceries.
mortgage is paid. This nigga,
What are
he
you
just
what
mortgage
like
like
hey
like
Jocelyn hey
that's
hey
$2. The
Jocelyn.
mortgage is paid. Yeah, I hear you.
Yes. Like I no, I don't want to be like, oh my gosh, I still have to work every no, like please be the alpha. Please go out and hunt and kill and scourge and all that and bring it
Yeah,
back
but
to me.
what you doing? What you doing?
Once you bring everything back, I want to prepare it so we
You
all can enjoy
the
it.
fuck?
The fuck?
That's that's just a little bit too submissive. That's just like
Is
that's
it?
no longer the neck. You're no longer the neck at that
Well,
point.
I'm still the neck because I'm making sure you're fed and you're properly clothed to go out there to be in the
No, because I
elements
just
and
did all the
everything
work and you
back.
just want to prepare it after I did all the work.
Is that not how life used
That's
to
not some
be?
neck shit.
That is some next shit. Cause nigga,
That's
how the
some
fuck you gonna
stomach shit.
eat?
That's some waist shit.
No,
That's some.
nah,
That's
nigga, I'm still the
that's some.
next.
What you brought home, I'ma consume, and then give you some, so we can both eat.
Yes, but your house is going to be a place you want to come home to.
100%, 100%, 100%.
Okay,
I
stop.
feel you. I feel you. You want some wife talking shit?
Yeah, like
No, 100%. I feel you. I feel you. But I'm talking about alphas. Now, alphas can be wives.
yeah, alphas can be wives, but I also think like this whole like alpha female, I don't feel like you can't be both. I don't feel like you can't be alpha and submissive within the same relationship,
No, you
right?
can. You can. You definitely
Okay,
can.
so that's the thing. Like alpha is like, oh, I don't think alpha means like, or it shouldn't mean breadwinner, because if I'm the breadwinner, then if I'm out hunting and you know all of those things, then please believe when I come home and I bring you all the things, I want the same treatment. I want my bathwater run. I want my whiskey and my cigar chilling, lit, waiting for me. If I'm the bread, if I'm alpha, like that's what I'm looking for when I come home. If I'm alpha, if I'm breadwinner, like
I got you.
you
So,
know, I want steak and potatoes and asparagus for dinner tonight. Please have it done medium
so,
well.
so I'm gonna give you my take on it, right?
Go
I
ahead.
personally, I'm mixed with that. Like I'm mixy. Like I think I would want an alpha woman,
You
but to an extent. Now, just like, and I'm agreeing with you with the submissive sometimes, because at the same time I feel like, all right, well, at what point do you allow me to be feel like a man? You know what I mean? At what point do you make me feel like I can do something too? Like you don't always have to knock me over my head. You ain't always gotta, be the dominatrix in the house. I just feel like, but I think that's
I feel like
also
the
a turn
dominatrix
on.
part is a different conversation.
I mean, I knew what I meant. But I think that's actually attractive, though. To be honest with you, I think
But in that context or in everyday life context?
but that's what it has to be to an extent. Like I'm not a nigga I'm not a house husband. I'm not one of those. I don't want to be
Okay,
a household husband. I don't strive to be a house husband. Um, but I think
understandable.
it's extremely sexy for my woman or a woman to have that alpha mentality. But if you can't speak to her type of shit, like she like, nah, that's not what the fuck is going down. That's not what we doing. That's not what we eating tonight. I can't do that. I can't do that.
So
Feel like
again,
she 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 got something in my ass like this. I don't like that.
you want someone who can be alpha, like in situations, right? But who is not always portraying that to you. So you want someone who's alpha and submissive to an extent,
Right.
right? Because sometimes we see like, and you know, all of them dumb ass pop the balloon shows and all that. Like, oh, I'm an alpha female. I'll do this. I'll do that. I'll do that. Okay, but at what point do you get to not be in that space? At what point do you not have to live in that? Because I feel like being an alpha is sometimes considered masculine, right? Like, when do you not have to be in your masculine energy all the time? And that goes back to like men, right? Because sometimes when you become an alpha woman, it's because you have to do everything, right? You have to go out and hunt, bring it back, cook it, discard it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to do all of the things. So how else do function outside of being an alpha? Because you are the everything, right? So I think it takes considering how or what part does a man, if it's a man playing their part, to come in and to allow you to remove some of those alpha qualities, right?
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Do
My
you
thought.
think? Do you think the percentage is rising for the alpha females coming out now? Like from 2021 to 2024 and still going. Do you think that the numbers are rising for that?
I think
For
you
females?
know how like terms come about on social media and people talk about it like, oh, alpha, toxic, da da da. So I think right now there is a rise of it because that's the thing, right? Oh, I'm an alpha, I'm an alpha, I'm an alpha, I'm an alpha. Great. You earn money, you take care of your family, you do those things. I think that until we get a semblance of like, it's okay to be there, right? It's not a combative thing, right? It's only combative when you're standing in front of a man who is saying, we both can't be this, right? We both can't have this energy on the same type of time. But that men has also be saying, like, if I'm telling you that this is where I want to be, then I'm going to allow you to come down and not have to do those things. You can still have your strong, independent, money making, personality and integrity about you, but you don't have to be all those things when I'm in the picture. Right? It doesn't diminish your alphaness. It doesn't diminish the fact that you are strong headed, you're a breadwinner, you're a go getter, you're going to do what needs to be done. You just don't have to now. Right? Because I'm here to fill in that gap and say, like, hey, here's the deal. I might hunt 4 days out of the week, you might hunt 3, and we going to Burger King on a 7th day. Something along those lines. But just to say, I feel like, the alpha female thing is going to be around until we really decide that, like, all right, we get it. We understand that there are women who can do the same things that men do, but men have to come in and say, like, we get it, but we no longer want you to have to play their role. And I still think without playing the role of the female, like, women are still strong. Like, women have carried families and, with their husbands still at the head of it, right? Have done all of those things, because the reality of it is, who's making breakfast every day, packing lunches, what I'm saying, getting dinner together. Like, those are still alpha traits. Like, you still have to be a strong woman, to do those things every day consistently and still go out the house and go to work every day. Right? I still think you can be considered an alpha female with a male in your household. And I think we get it misconstrued with the way we talk to men, with the way we act towards them, with I don't need a man. Like, that's what makes you an alpha when you have that mentality, but that's not it. Like, you getting up every day, being strong and doing what it needs to be done is an alpha mentality. You know what I'm saying? Not like, oh, I don't need a nigga to do it, I can do it, because nobody really wants that. Like, that's ghetto.
I agree. I think one of the things you said when you brought up social media was, I think that's like the prospect of the, like, I think that's the foundation of that type of shit. Like, and it's been so explosive using these terms, like you said, toxic, alphas. What's the other ones? There's so many terms. Huh? Trauma. All of these key terms are now being used and brought into such a bright light that everyone feels they can gravitate towards it and recognize it, which is, I don't think, is a problem, because it's like it's like something that was a cure, like alcohol. Alcohol can be a cure. It can be work. You can work for curing stuff, for healing, but people abuse it, and now we drinking it, and now we get drunk, and now we killing each other. So I feel like it's human nature for people to just be stupid, and I feel like the internet is that poison to where it's beneficial, and then they twist it around to something else, and I feel like podcasts like this, they use those platforms, they use the same way they use the words alpha and depression and all that shit, and they hone in on these terms, and then they sit there, just they take a pic of it, they take a little section of the podcast and use it as a clip, you know what I mean, as clickbait. And I feel like it's so sad that we're fueling the society with it. And I'm gonna say economy, because it's just like global warming. To me, this is, it's literally the same shit to where we feed in. We're the atmosphere. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I went too far.
So hold on. I mean, I like it. I'm just saying, not for tonight.
But no, my point is it's really unfortunate, and I feel like I think that makes it okay for everyone to walk around, and now the female now boasts her chest up even further to think that's a right to be a thing. Okay, yeah. Mind you, like you said, they've been doing this the whole time, or men been doing it the whole time. But now we're gonna praise the word alpha, and now the female is gonna feel 10 times stronger in a negative way, which was a positive thing originally, but now it's just been it's praised in such a way that it starts to convert to some negative shit, to where men are just like, yo, I don't need you to act like that. I'm a normal man. I just want a normal wife, being a normal person. But to you, you're online seeing alpha, and that's what you feel like you're gonna be, and I'm gonna defend that statement because now I know I'm an alpha. Well, now I know I'm depressed, so now old niggas can get it because I'm depressed. Or I'm this, and it's just like, it's sad because it's not just about alpha. I'm running with inside my phone. I'm running.
No, I know, but I think also, like, when we do see it on social media or other platforms, we see like whenever a alpha female is speaking, right, and a male tries to interject or say something, it's like no, you don't understand. Like they start to project, but a true alpha doesn't have to, right? Because my presence speaks for itself.
Fact.
Right? You know, like when I walk into a space, right? I don't have to say I'm an alpha female. Like I exude that when I'm speaking to whoever I'm speaking to, whether it's, you know, for the business we know each other from, like when I'm a customer, a licensee, whoever, like my other, you know, occupation, like when I'm going to talk to a provider, a teacher, families, like number one, I'm very knowledgeable about what I'm speaking on, right? And that's regardless of what the topic is, but also like I'm respectful, right? Being an alpha is not always yelling and screaming. I have to get my point across. Like, no, we both have valid points. Whether I agree with yours or you agree with mine, like we both have valid points based on where we are in our lives at this point, what we've seen, what we heard, where we stand at. And an alpha female to me is somebody who's able to understand it and hear that and agree to disagree and move on from it, but not beat you over the head because I want you to see my point. No, if I believe within myself that the only way to be an alpha is to yell, scream, and degrade men, then that's who I'm going to stand on, right? I don't need to convince you of that because I've already convinced myself of that's what this looks like, versus being on the spectrum of, hey, an alpha female is someone who can go out and get it the same way that a man could. But I also know that like that's not what life should look like for me. Or I also know like every man is not going to want be okay and have the need for that. There are going to be some men that's like, oh yes, baby, tell me what to do, take care of me. You know what I'm saying? Run the house.
All that.
Right?
I'm halfway on that board. 100%. Like you know what I mean?
All that.
To an extent.
Baby, you want bacon with that? You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's okay for that. Right. You know, but most of the men I know, like, that's not a thing. And I've been told, you know, that could be a problem. Like, oh, like, you might want to let me lead this. But also you have to be able to lead. Like, we can't drown, baby. You can't leave me the water and it's the empty pond. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to have direction.
I don't disagree.
You got to know where you're going. And I think that's on both sides. Like, if you want to be an alpha female, like, you have to be able to lead. You have to be able to make sure the ship stays afloat.
Right.
Or else
the only issue is just don't act like your balls is bigger than mine. That's the only issue.
Or how about we get away from that notion, right? You know what I'm saying?
It's not intentional.
I know, but I'm saying we don't have that anatomy. So for females to even make the comparison, like, oh, my dick bigger than yours, where's that? Because where did you buy it from?
Facts. No, the term is used, and you say my dick bigger. Now we gotta. This shit gotta. It's gotta end.
Where did you purchase it? Because
it's crazy.
Like, that's never gonna be something like, you know what I'm saying? Like crazy. That when females say that to me, like, or like encounter, and I'm like, that's cringe. Like, nah, it's something else you can say.
But like, even if you got on that topic and you was on some like, you know, my dick bigger than yours, it's like, oh, where'd you buy that?
Yeah, like, where'd you buy
it? That took me off topic because I feel like, all right, well,
I don't know where you put it.
I'm going off topic real quick, right? Since you said that, then I'm jump off topic.
I said to make a point about what I was talking about.
No, but you said that, and now it just sparked something up in my mind. I was like, all right, that's the next podcast shit, but we're not going to touch on that. But I'm just a little side thing, right? So, you know, the ones that be buying the plastics, you know what I mean? And be wearing the straps.
I don't got time for you.
It's wild when, you know, if you could say something like that to another man. Like even if his thing is smaller than the shit you bought, how you feel like you're more of a man? You know what I'm saying? I feel like you didn't earn that cock. You know what I mean? That's wild. That's like me saying, bitch, you don't know how Perez is. What? Like, I deserve to get slapped. I just told you what it feels like every month.
I feel like this is very going off of what
I definitely went off. I gave the disclosure.
I do get the context in what you're speaking on, and I totally
save that for the next podcast.
Yeah, we're gonna put a pin in that.
Are we wrapping this up?
Are you good with this? Like, I mean,
I don't know. You have more to stay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you ain't cut me off. I feel like this was a good one. You know, you've been knocking it out over lately.
Yeah, I mean, the questions pop in here. I just throw it. You know what I mean, so
I appreciate you for that. No, sorry, it just started thundering.
Are you scared of thunder? Just get a little thunder. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Little thunder. Oh, you gotta pray. That's God. That's Allah. That's how like this. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that.
You don't understand
You safe. You safe in your little house.
You understand what we are? It doesn't matter. Like literally, like I'm about to go get under the covers.
That's one of your phobias. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, JC is afraid of thunder. Maybe not lightning, but thunder.
No, if it's not lightning, it's a wreck for real.
It'd be like we about to be on Jerry Springer. You know, the lady was scared of the balloon. You ever watch that shit be hilarious. You ever watch that?
All right, let's wrap this up. I feel like this is a good topic.
She about to lose it. Oh my god. Oh my god. All right. Welcome to my perspective. We're out now. It's raining. JC, thanks for having you. I appreciate you. Let me stop teasing. That's the audience. That's the audience with me. Anyway, y'all have a good one. I appreciate your time. Get under the covers. You have a great night. Be careful. Stay out the rain. I appreciate your time.
Have a good night, y'all.
Have a good night.